Hey, welcome to Viking Preparedness. I am Pastor Joe Fox. We have a BoB exercise, bug out bag exercise coming up. We've been doing it for 9 years, and we get together in the wintertime and we go test our bug out bags and gear for about 3 or 4 days. And so what I'm doing today is I'm putting together some food packets that go into my BoB. And I already have food in my BoB, and I'm going to use that on the exercise, but then when the exercise is over, my food is going to be depleted, and I want to immediately put new food back into it so my BoB is up and ready to go. And so that's what kind of spurred this exercise here. And what I'm going to do is put together 5 bug out bags worth of food because I have 5 people in my family. We're just going to rotate our food. And what you're seeing right here is 1 bug out bag's worth of food, and it consists, excuse me, it consists of 3 meals. Each meal is this big, doesn't weigh very much, and it's not meals, excuse me, 3 food packets, because this is a whole day's worth of food right here. And then this is an accessory packet that is spread out over the course of 3 or 4 days. And so I'm going to show you what goes into them and build a couple of these for you right now. Alright, so the first thing we need is a 1-gallon Ziploc bag. That's what I package it all in. And then I take 2 tuna packets in these little foil packets, retort pouches. And really I would prefer to have something like chicken, which you can get in these similar packages, but I couldn't find any when I went shopping. And so I got 2 things of tuna. You might want to do a check on the internet, even the FDA's website, on tuna and mercury and how much you're supposed to eat and not eat. I don't really like tuna, but like I said, it's the best I could do on short notice. 2 packets of tuna, and then that Survivalist Food Extraordinaire ramen, 2 ramen packets. And so I stick 1 on this side and 1 on this side. And basically what I have here is 2 light meals, right? You can make a ramen soup with some tuna in it, and you have a meal. So you could call that lunch and dinner. To that I add 2 packs of instant oatmeal, and that's for breakfast for that day. And then I grab a granola bar and a Cliff Bar, snacks, dessert, whatever you want to call it. Now this packet takes food, it takes water to use. You know, you have to rehydrate the stuff. You can eat ramen just like it is, but you're going to need to rehydrate it in your belly to process it. But the bottom line is you're either going to have to carry water or find water, and in most of the areas where I plan on bugging out to or from, water is not going to be a problem. And so we don't live in the desert. So you fold it down like this, get the air out of it, and close it up. That right there is 1 day's worth of food. I make 3 of those, and then I make an accessory packet, and I'll show you what that consists of right now. Again, we start with a gallon Ziploc bag, and depending on what member of the family I'm making it for, like my wife doesn't drink coffee, and so she would get 12 tea bags. I do get coffee. I like coffee, and so I got these little packets right here of Taster's Choice instant coffee. I used to put my instant coffee in a little Ziploc bag, but it would go stale and get nasty. And so I'm going to use 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 4 tea bags for me. This will be my accessory packet. I like Earl Grey. They come in these cool little foil packets that keep them waterproof a little bit and fresh. And then 2 Irish English breakfast teas. And so we throw those in there. So now I have 12 shots of caffeine for 3 days. And that should be enough. And then I'm going to add 3 instant cocos. So, you know, I could have 1 a day if I wanted to, or I could have all 3 in 1 day, you know, whatever. 3 instant cocos go in here. And then power bars. I was going to get 6 power bars per person, but 1 box came with 15 and the other came with 12. And since I'm putting 5 of these together, each accessory packet is going to get 5 power bars. Something you can eat quickly on the go and add to your calories for the day. And I kind of try to package it mildly neatly so I can have a small package. So 5 power bars. And then I get 12 Snickers bars, the little minis. One, wow, that one feels really small. I think that was a mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 11, 12. So that's 4 a day, or if you stretch your food, you know, another day, that's 3 a day. That's just happy food. I found these. These are Jif peanut butter little packets, and I thought these were cool. I used to carry peanut butter in like a little plastic tube, and as a matter of fact, in my BoB right now I have peanut butter in a plastic tube, but I thought these would be neat. Peanut butter is a really good go food. You can eat it on the go. You know, it doesn't take much to eat it, and it's full of a lot of calories. It's calorie dense, and it has protein and sugar and stuff like that in there. So there's some peanut butter. It's basically 1 per day, but you can eat it how you want. And then I bought these little honeys, because honey is also a calorie-dense food, and it comes with a seal on it, but once you open it, that seal will be gone. And so, just to be careful, I stick it in a Ziploc bag so after I open it, it won't leak all over everything else. When I was a wrestler in high school, we used to drink a little bit of honey right before we'd go out on the mat for energy, and I just like it in a BoB. So we put that in here. And then, into each accessory packet, I'm putting a plastic fork and a plastic spoon. You could get by with just a spoon or maybe 2 spoons in case you lost one, but since I have the ramen in there. And then we put in a Bic lighter. Now that we have other Bic lighters and other means of fire starting in our BoBs, but I just figured if I'm going to fire up something, make a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or something, it might be good to have the lighter right there if I couldn't find one anywhere else. And so that's our 3-day food accessory packet. I'll do the same thing with that. I just suck the air out of it, push the air out of it, and close it down. And so what we have right here is one BoB's worth of food, 3 days worth of food. Now that doesn't look like a lot, and you know, this certainly doesn't feel like a lot. And here's the reality. We've been going on these BoB campouts now for about 9 years, and probably for the last 6 years or so, this is what I've been taking to eat, and I always have food left over. And so this fuels the machine. It allows me to carry my rucksack through moderately heavy terrain, and it feeds me, and it works, and it's pretty light, and it doesn't take up a whole lot of room in my BoB. So that's how one guy does it. If you want to do something else, that's cool. You know, I used to use MREs, and if you have an easy source for MREs, I say go for it. I don't have that source anymore, but this is how Pastor Joe does it. I'll see you out there.